What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm just outside Molineux, just shooting a quick match reaction after the game. And in Frank Lampard's first game in charge, the optimism has well and truly been dampened with a pathetic 1-0 defeat to Wolves at Molineux. A great goal from Molineux. Fair play to him. It's a really good strike. But from a Chelsea perspective, that was utterly pathetic today. I've travelled up and down the country to a lot of games this season, seen some shocking football. That was absolutely one of the worst of the season for us. We offered absolutely nothing whatsoever. Attack toothless. The only person who tried to make anything happen was João Felix, trying to have a few cute passes, trying to take people on, trying to have a few shots. But other than that, no one. Kai Havertz was an absolute joke today, a complete and utter embarrassment. But that's where we are right now. I felt, it was great, Super Frank chance in a concourse, Super Frank chance before the game. As soon as we got into the game, we soon realised again that how shit we actually are. I think in terms of Lampard, he's only been here a couple of training sessions, a few days, we can't expect too much, but I think he got it totally wrong today by reverting to the back four. We've seen the back four for a large number of games this season under Graham Potter. It doesn't work. We haven't got the personnel to play the back four successfully. We haven't got that out-and-out world-class number 6 that you need, and by playing the four, it limits us, in an attacking capabilities, because it pushes Reece James and Ben Chilwell back. Obviously it was Cucurella today, but they just don't get forward enough, and those are two of our most effective weapons, and we're hampering them by playing a back four. It just didn't work at all today, so Frank's got to take responsibility for that. He's not stupid. He would have watched Chelsea this season from afar and realised that the back four does not work. I'm not sure why he's come in and thought that he could get that to work. I don't know if he was using this as a kind of a warm-up for Madrid or not, but it was useless today, utterly useless. And every single week when you just think, oh, this cannot get any worse, it keeps getting worse and worse and worse. The only thing we're good at is getting worse every single week. I don't know why, myself and others, we get a little bit excited. We think that we might be able to, pull a performance out of the bag. We might be able to slightly improve, but ultimately we just don't. And no one played well today. Absolutely no one. We had one effort on target, one effort. We saw the return of Aranyak in the second half. Lampard tried to go for it with the subs, Mudryk and Pulisic coming on. He changed the front three completely, but ultimately it made absolutely zero difference. One Aranyak header that didn't challenge Jose Sarr in the Wolves goal at all. And Wolves are good value for the win. They had some half decent chances. They hit us on the break well. They defended well. Admittedly, there wasn't an awful lot for them to defend in that case against us, but yeah, I don't know where Chelsea go from here. This is going to be really difficult for Frank, and I'm not overreacting by saying I don't know where we're going to win a game for the rest of this season. We've got some really, really tough games coming up. We've got Madrid away next game, then we've got Brighton at home. We've got the second leg against Madrid, and I think we also play Arsenal away. We've got Brentford at home. We've got Bournemouth away coming up, and we've got City and United away as well, with Newcastle and Forest at home to kind of round out the season. So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen here. There's danger of us. Luckily we've got a bit of a cushion, but we could be tumbling further down the table. The only positive is that we're still kind of safe in 11th place, and it doesn't look like we're going to drop any further. But I say that, if we keep losing and the teams below us start picking up more points, then we could get dragged down into proper mid-table, sort of like 13th or 14th, and that's just utterly unforgivable. Today the players have got to take responsibility. They've got to demand more from themselves. Lampard comes in, you see all the training pictures, all the social media content the guys at the club have put out with Lampard, back in training, everyone's got smiles on their faces, it looks like it's a happy place to be. I thought there'd just be a tiny little bit of a lift. There was nothing. Where was the lift today? Where was the lift from the players? It was flat as anything, as worse as we've seen all season. Surely people have got to be demanding more from each other. Where are the leaders on this team to digging their teammates out and demanding more and wanting more on the pitch and to up the level? It's just not good enough. It's not good enough, and I'm really surprised that there was just no lift at all. But maybe I shouldn't be surprised, because this group of players just seem incapable of putting any good performances together at all. It's just like, it almost appears like they're uncoachable, because whoever the guy is that's trying to get a tune out of these players, they cannot do it. Potter couldn't do it, and obviously it's early days for Lampard, but on evidence of that game today, it looks like that Lampard can't even do it either. So I just don't know what we've got here. I don't think we've signed bad characters or bad players, but whatever we're doing on the training pitch, whatever the message is to the players, it is not getting across at all, and we are just so bad, and it's just really depressing. We could just end the season now, it would be fantastic. The only hope that I've got is that maybe in Madrid we kind of keep it half respectable. No one should expect anything. I'm not expecting anything from any single game that remains. I don't know what Lampard's going to do to change this, but today was ultimately one of the worst. And I've been to a lot of games this season. I've been to the game we got hammered by Brighton, losing up at Newcastle, some pathetic performances at home. So yeah, I don't know where Chelsea go from here. It's going to be really difficult. It's going to be one hell of a ride for the last few games of the season. Hopefully it doesn't get any worse, but I keep saying that and it keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And today, no one stood out at all. Havertz was an absolute joke. So was Sterling. Gallagher ran around and had energy, but ultimately didn't affect the game at all. No one affected anything. Enzo did a bit in the middle of the park, but other than that, he had to come so deep, almost playing as a third centre-back at times. So yeah, nothing from anyone. And the only positive we can take from today is the fact that we didn't lose more than 1-0. Other than that, there was absolutely nothing. I've got nothing really more to say other than the fact that I'm just so disappointed in this group of players, so disappointed in this team. This is the worst Chelsea team I think I've ever watched in my time of being a Chelsea fan. And the worst thing is it doesn't look like it's getting any better anytime soon. But I love this club. I'll keep going week in, week out in the hope that it changes. But yeah, please can we just end the season, because this is not good for my health. Anyway, guys, up the Chelsea. Smash the likes on the channel and the video. Subscribe, and I'll catch you again in another video soon.